What's up, everybody? A Ward here, and I'm here to let you know that the A Ward Show is now officially brought to you by the Ripple to Wave Foundation, where they're manifesting waves of impact, one ripple at a time. Ripple to Wave empowers volunteers to create real change, from mentoring youth and protecting the environment to supporting those people in need. That includes seniors, veterans, and even animals. Yes, even animals. Every project is a chance to make your ripple in the community, and together, those ripples form waves of impact. The team at Ripple to Wave stays active with projects and events just about every weekend, and they're growing fast. Their Albuquerque, New Mexico team just launched their first project, and they're only getting started since their official launch on June 2nd of 2025. Get involved, volunteer, and learn more at rippletowavefoundation.org. That's Ripple, the number 2, wavefoundation.org. Follow them on all their socials at Ripple, the number 2, Wave Foundation on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe to them on YouTube. Together, let's make some waves. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the A Ward Show. I am your host and curator and videographer and engineer. I'm all the things. I am A Ward, and I thank you for tuning in to another episode of my show. My show. Nobody else. It's just me. One person. But not today, though. I want to shout out my old neighbor, Nick McGann. He made this custom sign for your boy. I know y'all see it, man. It's beautiful. Appreciate you, Nick. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share, tell a friend to tell their cousins, their mama, their grandmama and them. Pull up on the A Ward Show. Make sure you guys follow my partners, Ripple to Wave Foundation, doing some amazing things in the streets. Make sure you guys go hit up A Dot, the one that does the music for every A Ward Show, and go hit up Lost Perception, who does the music for What You Heard, where I'll be reviewing the hottest music that y'all need. Make sure you guys hit my link tree, follow your boy, and all them social streets. I'll be on TikTok, I'll be on Instagram. You here on YouTube watching me, or if you listen to me on your podcast, on your favorite podcast, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, I'm everywhere. So make sure you follow me, hit your link tree. I'll be on TikTok. I'll be talking back to y'all on TikTok, man. Now, I get everything out the way. I think I got everything out the way. I'm not dolo today. I told you I wasn't solo, even though it is my show. But I mentioned one of the partners, Ripple to Wave Foundation. You guys have heard me talk about them. You guys hear it at the beginning of every single episode. Me talking about Ripple to Wave, the amazing things they do out here in Phoenix and also Albuquerque as well. And you guys, if you haven't seen the first interview I did with my good friend Anthony Freeman, go back, check it out. Make sure you guys go watch that. But he's back in the building. My man, Anthony Freeman, Mr. Right One. What's happening, brother?
Hey, man, I appreciate you having me back on. I appreciate all the continual support and love that you show the foundation and our efforts in the community. So,
man.
Huge shout out to you.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Crazy, man. Like, just how much has happened. First of all, time is flying by. We're already damn near in May. And when we had you on before the December, I think it was October, November, around there. Before we had we had the toy drive, or you know, how do you, toy giveaway, toy distribution?
Toy distribution.
There we go.
Well, toy drive and distribution.
And distribution.
Collected them and then
Correct.
handed them out.
And since then, you guys have hit the ground running like you said you would. Virtually every single week, if not every single week, there's been something, whether it's a community cleanup, whether it's a job fair. You guys have had so many things going on. Literally, for those who aren't in tune in the Phoenix and Albuquerque area, there's literally something going on every single week, if not for at least just an hour or two in the morning, just getting out and doing something.
Yeah, Albuquerque, it's every 2 weeks.
It's every 2 weeks.
But as we keep building that team, they'll start adding more projects and events. And, they're growing at their own pace, but it's an amazing pace. So eventually they'll be adding something every week.
So talk about that, man, because you put it out in the ethos. You talked about, you were very goal oriented when it came to how you wanted to attack this new journey of Ripple to Wave and what you were setting out to do. And you started off 2026 with just like, yeah, we're going to go. So talk about how fast like everything is moving. And do you feel like you've kind of, I know you still have a lot more you want to do, but thus far you feel like you've pretty much done what you said you were going to do for the most part?
I feel like we've accomplished a lot. We've impacted a lot of people.
Okay.
The consistency has been great. Far from, being done. Definitely proud and really humbled by the support of the community and the volunteers that have come aboard. They've made it possible for it to be, what we've been doing. Like you said, we launched June 2nd, 2025. By, I want to say August of 2025, out here in Phoenix, we started having projects every week. October hit, and that's when Albuquerque started, and they started from the jump every 2 weeks. We were just out in Albuquerque last month in March. For the Albuquerque launch party, which was awesome.
Yeah, I saw that.
Huge shout out to Corey Pierre, who's our VP and COO, and then Giovanni, our veteran engagement and programs coordinator, for just making that event happen. But then also their just overall leadership out there. They're building a great team of volunteers out there, making a lot of connections and just really laying the groundwork and the foundation for us to grow out there. So not just build a team, this is what we're doing. It's also what else can we do? Getting feedback from volunteers. One of our many goals this year is to increase our outreach avenues. So getting involved with veterans, seniors, animals, really just utilizing what our volunteers are passionate about. I would say our environmental outreach has been great. At least once a month, the community cleanups. But then every time we do a mobile wellness kit distribution, we also do a cleanup at the same time.
Gotcha.
We were going to have an Earth Day project that had to be canceled, unfortunately. But we will be doing more garden projects this year. People in need. We have been doing mobile wellness kit distributions. We've been collecting items and taking them to various like shelters and places that help people in need. But then we also help raise awareness to other organizations that kind of specialize in that as well. So I feel like with our three core avenues, the youth, the environment, and people in need, we've accomplished a lot in this first almost 1 year. But obviously we want to grow that impact, especially with the youth. So getting into schools, working more with community centers and things like that. And we already have, three more events already lined up with Sunny Slope Community Center and the Phoenix Teens program for their summer program, which has over, I think, like 90 to 100 kids. We're going to do a talent show for them this summer, specifically for those kids. Okay. So long-winded way of kind of answering your question, but I feel like I'm just really proud of what the organization and our volunteers have done in this amount of time. I didn't really set, we have our goals, but I didn't set expectations by this time we have to have fed X amount of people or picked up X amount of bags of trash. But I can say that in that first 6 months, we, between here and Albuquerque, I want to say we picked up 87 bags of trash just with the community cleanups, going out there hour and a half at a time. And already at this point of 2026, we've already surpassed that. Okay. And so Like we've got the numbers, we got the stats and all that, but it's more about the consistency because, again, not every project is going to be, hey, we picked up, last weekend 12 bags of trash here and Albuquerque picked up 11 at theirs. But then some weekends we got 2 bags of trash. It really depends on how many volunteers come out.
Right.
Because the more hands we have, the more, the bigger the impact we can make, the more ground we could cover, the more trash we could pick up. So I would say in this first year, I'm very proud of what, our team has done.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, man, like just activity every single week. Like you said, the Albuquerque is every 2 weeks. At some point that will be every single week, I'm guessing, just as they continue to grow. And not, I think, because I'll tell you from the outside looking in, as things kind of come across my desk from you, like here, here's what's going on, here's what's going on. And, when I tell people about, our friendship and our partnership, I don't know if some people maybe have PTSD or a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to dealing with certain, nonprofits, you know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times the question is like, well, what is it that they do? And for the most part, yes, it's community. It's helping out, those in need, whether it be with clothes, hygiene items, stuff like that. And on top of the cleanup stuff. But, you're really trying to make it a well-rounded organization where it's just like, if you're in need, depending on what that is, we've got some way, shape, or form of helping you out. And I think that's hard for people to wrap their heads around because it's like everything needs to be this. You need to be focused on this. And it's like, well, nah, man, if you've got, like you said, people that are passionate about multiple things, then why not attack it from every different angle, right? And so has that been difficult as you've kind of created, this new journey? Has that been difficult trying to attack everything? Or do you kind of said like, yeah, we're trying to get more into some of the seniors, veteran stuff like that. Have you looked at it like, okay, we're going to master this and then we'll get on to the next thing?
I would say yes and no.
Okay.
Kind of like you were saying, a lot of people, they want that elevator pitch. What do you do? And, you got 15 seconds. What's a little more challenging when, the diversity of our impact and outreach, and it's really about utilizing what our volunteers are passionate about and creating that, those volunteer opportunities.
Right.
I don't like when, I don't want someone to be like, I want to volunteer, but I'm not passionate about, I don't really care about this. So they got to try to find somewhere else. So really, as we get new volunteers, well, what's your why? What are you passionate about? What do you want to do?
Right.
Okay, so we don't necessarily do that yet, but what ideas do you have? So we'll start creating them, and then it naturally progresses into these other avenues of outreach. So it's not like we're, we came into this as like we do this. Like we had our 3 core avenues, which is our foundation of the foundation, always going to be part of our outreach. But then it's about growing and expanding because, sometimes organizations get pigeonholed and then they're kind of stuck. Like it's hard for them to, maintain what they're doing because, just with the pandemic, for example, a lot of times, a lot of these organizations were so dependent on funding or this or that, and then when they lost those, they had to shut down or really scale back their impact.
Right.
And so, and again, this is kind of touching on the other organization a little bit, but it plays into this because we're able to pivot.
Right.
So if, say we were reliant on funding for our homeless outreach and we lost that funding, we wouldn't be like, oh, well, what are we going to do?
Exactly.
We'd be like, all right, let's shift our focus to maybe doing more cleanups, more youth projects and events. So it allows that flexibility. It also helps with, as we expand into more communities, more cities, more states, because not every community has the same needs.
Right.
Like we could be doing mobile wellness kit distributions, but what happens when, we got volunteers in Scottsdale that want to do it? There's not a lot of need for that out there.
Right,
but
right.
What is a need? What can we do out there? So it definitely allows that flexibility. It allows our volunteers also to have a voice in our impact, in our outreach, what we're doing. We do weekly meetings where volunteers share ideas, and we utilize those ideas and then flesh them out, do our due diligence, and build out projects and events. And not everything we try works, but we tried it.
Yeah.
And at least when you try it, you have a baseline. So, all right, next time we try it, maybe we try doing this instead.
Exactly.
And so a great example of that is the career fair.
Okay.
I've been a part of coordinating probably 5 or 6 career fairs now through the years. The one we recently had was the first one where every community partner showed up. No empty tables.
That's awesome.
The last one that I coordinated, we had about 8 no-shows.
Wow.
So this was a successful event in that regard. Foot traffic, it wasn't a line out the door. It was Easter weekend, and but it allowed the people who came and our community partners to really have that face time.
Yeah.
Resume building. They got to take that time and learn the candidate and craft that resume around them versus just trying to, make it happen because there's 3 people in line waiting behind them.
Right.
So foot traffic wise, some might be like it wasn't a success, but the feedback we've gotten was the people who came and whether it was a resume, they just needed that tie for the interview. They said that their takeaway from it was really beneficial.
Good.
And there was a teen from the Phoenix Teens program who had an interview lined up for the following week, got himself a resume, got some interview tips, got himself a tie, and he was interview ready. And I'm not sure, I got to follow up to see if he got that job. Hopefully he did.
Yeah.
But we know now, okay, next time we do it, not Easter weekend.
Right.
You have these takeaways of what you can do to ensure like it bigger, better. I want to have 5 more tables full. We had 3 barbers come out. We had it was our first one with this organization, and the community partners, the volunteers, the community center itself, they were all very happy with it. I'm my biggest critic, so I'm thinking of all right, what could I have done different? What can what I mean? But overall, it was a success.
Man, you don't smile until like 3 days later, man. Let me tell y'all something. This dude be at events and just be like, I'd be like, yo, you good now? Hold on, man. Hold on, man. I'm not. It's 1,000 people. Oh, hold on, man. But I get it, man. I get it. You know what I mean? Like that's just the passion that you have. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for touching on the career and the community resource fair. Because that is something that's important. I think, especially for like young kids, man, like, first of all, these kids now, they don't know how to talk anyways. They don't just know how to socialize because of just the times we live in.
They have emoji conversations.
That's it. That's it. You know what I mean? And abbreviations and all kind of stuff. So, for them to learn, how to present yourself aesthetically, and then as well as verbally as you're going through the interview. Because look, man, and this, having gone through interviews, having me, I've been on both sides of the table. You know what I mean? And within like the first 2 sentences, you're like, yeah, nah, man. And sometimes that's not an overall reflection of the skill set. It's just like, did you come in trying to look decent? I understand not everybody's going to come in a 3-piece suit, but did you try to look decent? And also, are you answering the questions in a way that makes sense? Resume building is huge. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm terrible at resumes. Like, I'd be like, I hand it off to my wife. I'm like, yo, I gave my wife my resume. I'm telling you right now, bro, it was completely different when she was done, bro. I wanted to hire me. I was like, oh, damn. He did all this, man. The way she was like for over a decade. I'm like, hold on, man. And that's huge, man. You talked about, I want you to circle back to the Albuquerque launch party, because even though they were already kind of doing things kind of from the beginning, somewhat close to the beginning of you guys launching as a foundation, this was kind of like the stamp, like, okay, they're here to do their thing. And I know one of the biggest things for you is expanding at some point, right? You want to get to as many communities as possible. Obviously, you've already kind of had your footprint in Albuquerque from previous. But talk about that launch party and what that meant and what that means going forward for not just Rippled Away, but for the Albuquerque area as well.
It means a lot. For me, it was a great opportunity to actually meet many volunteers who they may have volunteered with, previous organization for a long time, but I never got to actually meet them. So getting to shake their hand, look them in the eye, and just say thank you, was really big to me. I mean, and then so we did awards for them. So we surprised them with some awards, and part of why we waited for, we didn't do like, hey, we had a project, let's do the launch party now. It's almost like, when businesses open up, their grand opening isn't the day they open. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so we wanted to be able to, obviously, to give awards, you got to see people doing what they're doing. And and then we wanted to fit the awards to the people. So it gave Corey and Giovanni a really good opportunity to, have those conversations and interact and just be around the volunteers and, as they're out there in the community, see who's doing what. And, they're the ones who nominated the volunteers for those awards. Because it would make no sense for me to be like, I think so-and-so would be good. I didn't know them.
Right.
And so the volunteers had no idea.
That's
and
awesome.
That was like that with our volunteer appreciation lunch out here is, and now the volunteers know we're going to be doing awards at these type of events. But to see like the surprise, like they know what they're doing, but to be like acknowledged for it was like really big. For Albuquerque too, there's just a lot of need out there. There are a lot of great organizations out there. But I think, the more resources the community has, the better.
1,000%.
The consistency of what we do in the community. Again, there's a lot of great organizations that are consistently doing things too, but on the flip side, a lot of those organizations have the one singular focus, which is good because they could allocate all their resources to it, but then it leaves out these other areas of need. Or if they are doing certain outreach projects, they're kind of hitting the same locations as each other. Almost like out here, organizations go to CAS like that. That's the first spot they go to because there's a lot of need there, but there's also CAS right there. There's Andre House. There are resources that are, they're kind of tapped out. But all these other organizations, you see them, they're set up at CAS. And so years ago when we would do CAS with the other organization, we'd be on one corner, there'd be an organization here, organization, all handing out the same stuff.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what it looks like in a lot of communities, not just Albuquerque, not just here, is they kind of find the hub and of like where there's that need, and they all focus on that.
Gotcha.
But what about all the people in need outside that hub?
Exactly.
And then another thing is there are a lot of great organizations, but they have facilities, but they're not out there in the community. They're basically like, we're here, you got to come to us. You got to
pull up on us. Yeah.
And so this helps Albuquerque because while we're out doing mobile wellness kit distributions, and actually our new volunteer supervisor, Daniel, out in Albuquerque, he already has it made. It's a resource list. What resources are available around here?
Okay.
So we're able to help these other organizations because while we're out in the community, we're letting people know, oh, you need an ID? You can go over here. Oh, you need housing? Like these are pointing them in those directions.
Yeah.
So that's big for Albuquerque in the sense of just helping to raise awareness to the resources that are available.
Gotcha.
And huge shout out to our CFO, Armando, and our multimedia coordinator, Dimitri.
Yep.
Detailer Photography, they rode with me. We took a road trip out to Albuquerque for that launch party. So that was cool.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. They be holding it down for sure. We talked about the community cleanups, man. And I think I think it's so important because like I said, it's every weekend. It's not a super long thing. Like I think also people who want to volunteer, they might get wrapped up in I don't have time or, and I get it. Like, with me, I work, you know what I mean? Like certain people, they work Saturdays, whatever the case may be. But I think people are like, I got to allocate half my day. It's like literally an hour and a half, damn near every Saturday. If it's not something else that you guys got going on, if it's nothing going on, it's a community cleanup.
And not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
If we don't have something out here in Phoenix, we most likely have something in Albuquerque. So as an organization, every weekend. It just kind of depends on location.
What's going on. Yeah. And I think that's huge, man. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I need to go because I saw on one of the videos. Yeah, you're like, man, I get these from Dollar Tree, man. The things you use to clean up. What are they, the clamps?
Oh, the trash grabbers.
Yes, the trash grabbers. It's like I get these from Dollar Tree. I'm like, yo, I'm about to pull up on Dollar Tree. I'm about to just start walking around my neighborhood doing my own community cleanup because it's it's something that's so easy, man, and it means a lot. It means a lot to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Like for those that maybe haven't been in some of these type of areas, or don't live around some of these type of areas, or just never have to deal with it. I work in one of these types of areas where you just see trash everywhere. That like it's like being at your house or being in your neighborhood. You see, water. You're like, bro, what's going on? And just doing that hour and a half every single week means a lot. I want you to talk. Like, do you feel like you have? It's really made an impact the way that I feel from just an outside view. It is.
I believe so, and it's kind of. What confirms that is the volunteer feedback. Okay. There are certain areas, 19th and Northern is rough. Like we'll hit that quarterly with one of our community partners, Any Lab Test Now.
Man, if you don't know this area, man, from 35th, 43rd-ish down to about 7th.
Yeah, it's rough. And we'll hit a cleanup. And we'll do a really good job, but then you drive it like the next day almost. It's like, was I dreaming? Like we were just here, like
1,000%.
And it's hard because that location when we do cleanups, which May 9th we'll be back out there.
Okay.
We don't get a lot of volunteers at that, and that's an area that definitely needs some love. So if you're free on the 9th, pull up.
Yeah. No, that area is like, yeah.
But I think the impact is, I gauge it off of. Not necessarily like bags of trash picked up or, wellness kit, like off of feedback. Okay. Like there might be a mobile wellness kit distribution we do where we hand out 15, 20 wellness kits, but the people we help, it's like tremendous. It's a need. Like something as simple as I happen to have a random umbrella in my car. And one of the gentlemen that we came across was like, man, you guys got an umbrella? I was like, I do. But it was a specific need that he was requesting, and we were able to fill that need.
Yeah.
That's a success.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, and then I think also kind of touching on what you were saying, like by just cleaning up like your neighborhood or where you work, I've seen where someone will do that and it motivates the people around them to join.
1,000%.
And so if it's for a business, other businesses, if it's a shopping center or whatever, they'll be like, oh, what are you doing? You're like, oh, I'm just picking up trash. Well, when's the next time you're doing that? We want to help you out. Yeah. And so it's that ripple effect. Like it just motivates other people to step up and, whether you're volunteering with the organization or not, or just cleaning up your community, you're volunteering to make your community better. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. So, I don't want to mess it up because I'm gonna let you, because you be having the names particular. Like it's the this, and this.
It's hard to remember them.
Like I'll be trying to remember. I'll just be like, we got we pulling up on this, and this is what we doing. But we have we're gonna help kids and people in foster care. Where we are right now, we're in the process of collecting for the rest of April.
Yes.
It's on my social media. It's on my TikTok and my Instagram as well. So go check it out. I'll put out another post about it. But if you are in the Phoenix area, surrounding areas as well, you can hit me up. You can hit up Anthony. You can hit up Ripple the Wave Foundation with the number 2. All the information is all in my socials, so you guys know where to find it. And we're looking for a bunch of stuff to help out foster kids. A lot of hygiene items. So toothbrushes, new, obviously not used. I'll let you talk more about it, but yes, we are in the process of collecting, and then we will do the distribution in May. It'll be every week in May. Talk about this thing that you got going on.
Yeah, so this was an idea that Armando wanted to do.
Shout out Armando.
So May is National Foster Care Awareness Month. Okay. So in February, we started collecting stuff, and we're gonna assemble comfort kits.
Okay.
And for the month of May, each week we want to drop off. The goal is 500 comfort kits. So based on whatever we get, but the goal was 500, so that every week we could drop off 100 comfort kits to different organizations or places that work with or house foster children.
Okay.
And so the comfort kits, really what we need right now is backpacks. We need bags to put the stuff in.
Okay.
But like you said, hygiene items, stuffed animals, puzzles. There's like a long list of like items that not necessarily like what every comfort kit's going to get, but based off of feedback from people that work with kids in foster care, these are the like requested and items of need. And the point of it is really to give them something that is theirs. A lot of times if they're, going from one foster home to the next, their stuff's in a trash bag. Right. They don't even have a backpack to their name. So if we could get them stuff that is theirs, their comfort, their, just helps them feel safe and that they're recognized. Like we see you, you're not lost. Like you might be in the system per se, but there are people, the community that cares about you and wants to help with your transition through, the foster care system. Nice.
Yeah. Like I said, if you guys, this guy's busy. We're both busy, but this guy's way busier than me, I promise you. But hit me up. If you guys are in the Phoenix area, everything is on the flyer that's listed. And anything will help, but good to know about the backpacks too. Because a lot of times I'll get questions of like, what is it exactly? I see the list, what's needed, right? Because a lot of people are like, I don't have 8 out of those 10 things, but I have a lot of number 9, right? And so now that's good to know. Backpacks, if you guys got backpacks, pull up on me. Let me know.
And that's why we have so many items on a list, is because somebody's going to have something on that list.
Somebody's going to have something.
So if you just have like 3 things and somebody doesn't have them, then they may not, contribute. But if they're like, oh, I got this, we'll take it.
Yeah.
Because it's not like we just put together some random list. These are items that are requested. Right. And it wasn't like, I think they want to, like some hand warmers in the summertime.
Right. We need bomber jackets in the middle of June. So let's talk about what you got coming up. And I know things are forever changing, or you just don't know, things happen. But what is the plan right now, kind of for the rest of the year?
So locked in, I would say. I mean, we're gonna have the cleanups. We're gonna have the mobile wellness kit distributions.
That's all day. Yep.
Summertime, we got the talent show for the kids in the Sunny Slope Community Center's summer program. Sorry.
Do you have a date on that? Or not yet?
So July 23rd is going to be where they're going to perform their talents in front of the rest of the kids in the camp and the seniors.
Okay.
And then July 25th is going to be the big talent show where we're going to have our judges and they're going to do prizes and families can come and everything like that.
Oh, okay.
And then that'll be at Sunny Slope Community Center. And then their back to school event, we're going to be part of that. I believe the last one they had like 1,500 people come out.
That's dope.
Molina Healthcare provides backpacks full of school supplies.
Fire.
And then we're going to be part of another back to school event. We're going to do our back to school drive, but we're going to save those items for our Project Restock.
Okay.
Because the challenge with the Project Restock is, mid-year, the goal of Project Restock is a lot of the schools that are in need of school supplies and they get them, they run out by mid-year. And so now teachers got to come out of pocket. So Project Restock is a middle of the school year school supply drive.
Okay.
So, but because our fourth quarter is, we got a Halloween event, we got Teens Giving, we got our toy drive. It's hard to fit a school supply drive in there.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a normal back to school drive around the normal time and just hold them. And
until
then,
Okay, perfect.
So we got that. We have our 1 year. That's a big one.
Yeah.
We'll touch on that in a minute. But so June 6th, I want to say.
Okay.
The first. So our 1 year is June 2nd, but it falls like on Tuesday this year.
Gotcha.
And so we're doing that first Saturday of June.
Okay.
So that's a big one. Let me see. We got our Halloween, our second annual drive-through Halloween event at the weekend before Halloween.
Okay.
October 10th, we are partnering with For the Love Foundation and doing the Miss For the Love pageant. It's a community impact scholarship for Currently, they're sophomore and juniors, but for the next school year, juniors and seniors.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the winner is going to get a $5,000 scholarship towards their, secondary education, trade school, college, whatever that looks like for them.
Dope.
Second
awesome.
prize is a $1,000 scholarship, and part of that. So the winners, they will have to, volunteer with one of the nonprofits involved at least once a month, but then once a quarter, they plan and coordinate something in the community, whether it's with their school, their friends, their family, their peers. But really just focusing, it's not a beauty pageant, it's focusing on the impact. So there's going to be an essay, there's going to be, so they're judged on the essay, they're judged on like stage presence and confidence, and then there's going to be a talent portion and then a Q&A. So one question is going to be they're going to know ahead of time, and the other is going to be they don't know about.
Dope.
And so we're looking to have this as an annual event. Phoenix Center for the Arts is a partner on it, so they're donating the venue to us.
Fire.
We are still looking for coaches, people that want to work with the 10 finalists.
Okay.
Leading up to it. So whether that's on confidence or stage presence or their talent or public speaking or whatever that looks like. So we're looking for that. We're looking for sponsors for that. Still looking for some judges. So that's October. November, we got our second annual Teens Giving event, and we're going to do a little different this year, but it's going to be like kind of like a field day. So we're going to utilize the park at the community center. Okay. And bring back them old school games like the potato sack races.
Let's go.
And we're going to do competition style where other community centers, those are the teams, and they're going to compete against each other.
Oh, that's fire.
And so what Julie at the community center told me was that other community centers have seen us do the Teens Giving through the years and started doing their own similar events.
Okay.
But we want them to come to ours and bring all the kids to ours.
That'd be dope.
Because we get Canes to sponsor it. We're going to look into Barrows. So we got that. We're going to do our fall garden project with Alhambra Preschool Academy in November. December, toy drive. Second annual toy drive with Crisco's Kids and JJO Charities. Shout out to them. They got a spring diaper drive going on at Walmart, 51st Ave Indian School.
I saw that.
Right now, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. What they're collecting is going to St. Vincent de Paul, and I want to say UMOM. I could be mistaken on the UMOM. And I think either the last day is today or tomorrow. I should be better at knowing that because usually we're a part of it. But check out Crisco's Kids to see more information on that. But we will be partnering with them again for the toy drive. We don't have a goal set. I'm trying to get Crisco to do 1,500, but we'll see what he says.
Okay.
But those are kind of like the big events, but again, we're gonna have more projects and events added. I think right now we probably have close to 90% of the Saturdays locked in. Okay, that's just out here. Albuquerque's got stuff that they're doing as well. So, really, to kind of like to your point, like sometimes things we might change dates, like similar to that pageant. Initially, we were going to do it November 14th, but to get that venue and the way we did, we had to reschedule, which I'm cool with. So. Yeah. Just follow the social, you know what I mean? And you'll, it's posted constantly. Everything coming up. So, yeah, but the 1 year's the big one because it just came so quick. And so we're going to do, Albuquerque's going to have our 1 year on the same day and time that we do ours. And we're going to do like a Zoom live in so volunteers can interact and then we could record it on Zoom. So we kind of have that, their team, our team kind of celebrating together virtually. Yeah.
Are you going to do like are you just going to do it like through Zoom, or are you going to have like get a spot, get everybody together?
We already got a spot locked in.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. So it's that's fire. The virtual aspect is just for our Albuquerque team and our Phoenix team to connect. Because it'll be at the same time. Yeah, we're going to have actual like an event out here.
Where can you talk about it yet?
Yeah, Blueprint Multimedia Studios, downtown Phoenix, kind of by the baseball stadium. Gotcha. I want to say 1033 East Madison Street. Okay. So that'll be June 6th, whatever that first Saturday is.
Yeah, okay.
Time, we have midday, but we're locking the time in. But
like noonish.
Yeah, it'll be probably like 12 to 2-ish, 12 to 3. Okay. Because also, it's going to be hot. So.
Yeah. I don't know. Look, man, I don't know how you do it. Like, we're going to have to figure out a way for you to still coordinate and not make me hot by looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you be layered up like this. I mean, it's not that bad right now. It's like, and when I say this, for those who are not in Arizona that are watching this, you got to understand. It's like 89 today, I want to say, is the high. That's not bad out here. Mm-hmm. That's it's damn. It was like cold this morning. It was like 62. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, it was chilly out here.
It was scary for a minute because we were getting 100 degrees already in like
out
February
the gate.
or something
That was
stupid.
crazy. No, that was wild. I was like, what are we doing? And then it dropped. It's been nice the last couple of weeks. So
yeah, it's been great because I was worried that the summer, like spring, just was just getting bypassed.
Dude, when it had that week of 100, I was like, nah, man,
not yet. Like I'm not ready.
Nah, man, you didn't even give me the bill. You got to give me the build up.
Yeah.
You went 70 to 100 out the gate. I was like nah, like that. Oh no, I was terrified too, but it's been good the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, normally I'm not in a blazer right now. I got this for this.
Okay.
So we were at a project this morning. I was wearing it, but it wasn't. We weren't moving around for the project. So,
okay, all right.
But yeah, normally I think I put the blazers away.
I'm telling you, but I don't even know if you have regular clothes, bro. It's all 3-piece suits. You know what I'm saying? That's how you get down. It's just cool. You know what I mean? What is needed, man? What does Ripple the Wave need to increase the impact and keep going in the community?
I'll always start with volunteers.
Okay.
And kind of like what you were saying, where people, some people work Saturdays or they're just not available. There's other ways you could volunteer outside of that. We got the 3 levels, behind the scenes, steering committee, and front lines. So behind the scenes, those are the people the volunteers who help us throughout the week, whether that's making calls, picking up donations, different things like that. Steering committee, that's the one that has the most commitment. Okay. Because the steering committee is volunteers who help plan and coordinate our projects and events.
Got you.
So even if you're unable to attend, again, you're on the steering committee, you could help with, hey, let me call this venue to see, or, you're helping with coordinating things. And then frontline volunteers are the ones who are like, I don't want responsibility, just when and where I'm there.
Gotcha.
And so there's a lot of different ways that you could help as a volunteer, even just sharing stuff that you see to help raise awareness to it, because you sharing it, that right there could get us new volunteers, because there might be people on your contacts or friend list, whatever, that are looking for somewhere to donate or volunteer.
For sure.
So that can help us get donations. It could also help. There could be people in need on your list and they don't know where to look. And if they reach out to us, even if it's not something that we necessarily provide at the time, we will do our due diligence and be like, we don't necessarily provide this resource. Here's a list of 10 organizations that do. Okay. So at least we could be that conduit to get them the assistance they need. Always in need of, bottled water, socks, hygiene items. Just new socks, new hygiene, new
items.
Undergarments. Yeah, new the rule of thumb is if you won't wear it, don't donate it. Because I'm not going to hand somebody something I personally wouldn't wear. Like, it doesn't make sense. No. I would say the hygiene items are big because that helps us with doing our, keeping the consistency of our mobile wellness kit distributions. Also, if we have enough inventory, we'll have pre-made ones that our volunteers will keep in their vehicle. So as they're just on their daily routines and they come across people in need, they can still help like that.
That's dope.
I would say toys. Yeah. So if we're gonna bump the goal to 1,500, we need to start collecting toys now. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think those are like the main things. We do have our different drives each month that are catered to a specific project or cause, like the comfort kit, the back to school. Things like that, but we're always in need of socks. Socks are the most requested item by people in need. Socks and undergarments as a whole. Those would be, donation wise what we need, but also supply wise. Like, so, people see, they're at Harbor Freight or Dollar Tree and they see some trash grabbers, they want to grab a couple, and we could rotate them because, again, they're Dollar Tree, so you get what you pay for. And we get a lot of use out of them, but eventually they stop closing. Yeah. So if you want to help replenish our inventory, coolers on wheels, buggies, tables, all the things, the supplies that we need to, do what we do in the community. And the more of those items we have, the more stuff we could bring out with us. So while we're out moving around doing mobile wellness kit distributions, community cleanups, we have the resources we need, or the supplies we need to, not have to pick and choose what we're bringing out there. We could just bring everything we got. Yep. And so I would say those would be the big needs if you want to, contribute monetarily. We do got a Zeffy, a donation link. You can access that through the website, rippleawayfoundation.org, number 2. But yeah, I would say those would be the big needs. But if you don't got any of that, you don't have time, just hit that share button.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you, bro. You know what I mean? Like we talk, and we've been trying to. We're both on go mode. And I always text you. I'm like, man, I need to get my butt out there. So I did. I took time off. He was like, here's what's going on. Took some days off. I'm like, I need to get up out there. But for everybody, I've said this. I say this damn near every show. I say it at the beginning of every show. It's already pre-recorded. I put it on every show. But even when I start my show, I always shout you guys out. You guys are the logo that's at the bottom. At the bottom left of every show, you guys see a little logo. That's this guy. That's his foundation. And the reason, and I told you, anytime you want to come through, just text me. We'll figure out the day. The reason why I really, when I started my thing, wanted to get with you as I found out you were kind of starting the new foundation, is because of the integrity, man. And I've said this before, I'll say it again. One of the highest integrity people that I know, when you talk about what you do, it's not just talking about it. You actually get out there and do it. The action is there. It's visible. I know you don't want the credit. I know you don't want, you know what I'm saying, the flower, but I'm giving you the flowers, man, because what you do, it's not just blabbering, man. You really put the feet to the ground and you get to work, man. You really do. And I want everybody to know that's why it was very, very important for me and you to link up as I started the new show. It is more of an honor for me than it is for you. I promise you. I'm really proud to be a part of it. I try to let everybody know as much as possible. Not everybody's, in a given mood all the time. And I get it. And even as you talked about the things that you need, the last thing that you said was like, if you want to just donate money, there it is. But it's really, you are really, really legitimately giving back, giving to these people that are in need. It is not, I'm telling you right now, it's not just these storage places. It's not going to y'all's families, and it's not none of that. It is really getting to the people that are in need. You guys are really cleaning up these communities every single week. And that's, I don't even have a question, bro. It's just more, I just want people to know how much I appreciate you. How much I really, really just look up to what you're doing and look up to you as a human being. I will forever give you your flowers, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know you're not going to take them. I know you're going to put them on the table and walk away, but I'm always give you your flowers, man, because you're just a solid dude, man. And this is one of the best organizations, especially out here in the Phoenix area. And I know what you guys are doing in Albuquerque, the type of guys you work with. So I just want to say I appreciate you, bro, because you killing it, man. And I'm gonna shout it out to the mountaintops, bro.
Well, I definitely appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course.
And I wouldn't just set them and walk away. I would distribute them to the volunteers.
Okay.
That's who I deflect all credit to always and always will.
That's
to
fair.
me, it's always important to walk the walk of the talk I talk. I can't just be out here, posting stuff and all this stuff, and then in real time, I'm not that at all. And I feel like that hopefully, plays a part in the volunteers that from the beginning, chose to ride with me on this new journey and ride the wave, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But it's really, it's never a me thing, it's a we thing, because without the team, from the board of directors to the executives to the volunteers, without them, it'd just be me in a suit picking up trash, you know what I mean? It's exciting, it's humbling, and, to hear the perception you have of me is very humbling, and I appreciate it. But like you said, I'm never going to be the one like, look at what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, it's never that.
I know it.
Even if I'm at everything, I still and it's hard for me to be like, I want to be behind the scenes when I'm at everything, and then I'm wearing my face on.
Right.
You know what I mean? But like, really, I never want it to be about me. Like, it's so great what you're doing. It's so great because again, it's a team thing, and the volunteers we have are incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could, I'd shout them all out individually. But my biggest fear is leaving somebody out.
Of course, yeah. Don't even go down that road. Yeah.
And even community partners. There's just so many great ones. Chris Goes Kids. Started working with Blue Tier, Willie North Pole, and Elisa. There's just W and Forever 450. That whole team. For the Love, Tamir and all them, excited about that. There's just so many great organizations that I feel honored that they want to work with us because of the great things that they're doing in the community. And then when you come together and you collaborate, and all parties are involved, they're in it for the right reasons. It's all genuine intentions and just a desire to impact the community. That's when the impact is real. Yeah. And that's where it's sustainable, and you could start doing annual projects and events and start doing more collaborations. Because I've worked with, collaborated with organizations where they had ulterior motives, and we should charge for people to have tables at our events, and no. Like, for what? Like,
right, what are we doing?
And so it's just the reception from the community as a whole for Rippled Away Foundation, the community partners, the founders and CEOs of these other organizations that want to work with us and partner with us. Community partners like yourself and Any Lab Test Now, Reworking Mind. Like, there's just so many companies and organizations and people that are a part of this, and they play an integral role in what we've been able to do in such a short amount of time. Yeah. And I just watch, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, stay tuned. Like, this literally is just the beginning.
It is.
And the fact that we've been able to do what we've done, we're in 2 states within the first year. We've maintained consistency. A question that I get all the time, which I never understand why it's the first question, is where do you get your funding? We don't have funding. Like, right. I mean, we get every so, I don't want to say we don't have funding, but as a new organization, it's very difficult to get anything. I mean, we're not even qualified for anything over $15,000, $20,000. You got it because they want to see financial records for 3 years. We don't got that.
Yeah. Right.
It's weird that's always people's questions. Well, where do you get your funding? But I think if you focus more on the impact and not where we're getting our funding, I feel like that should be impressive. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The fact that we're doing something every week without significant funding.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And so once we get that funding, watch what we do with it. Watch when we get a building. Watch when we do. We got our board has 3-year goal, 5-year goal. We have big picture stuff that we're working towards. We know where we're at. You got to be at where your feet are at.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Expansion wise, I want to see us in all 50 states as well as international.
Yeah.
The rest of the board is let's the brakes a little bit, which you don't want to rush into it and have the thing that happened in Tucson with the other organization where you pull up and nobody but a big part of us being able to accomplish these lofty goals that I've set is the team, community partners, and just everybody who supports in whatever ways that they do.
That's it. You have anything else you want to leave us with?
Oh man, I'll keep us here for hours, so I don't want to. don't leave it open ended like that. I just want to thank you again for giving me the opportunity to come on and talk about Rippled Away Foundation and what our amazing volunteers are doing.
Yes.
Anybody who knows me knows I'm not big on media relations and but I always enjoy our conversations.
Me too, bro.
Because it feels less interview, more just conversation. You know what I mean? And you're a solid person as well. So I enjoy the fact that we're able to just connect, collaborate, communicate. You know what I mean? Just the whole thing. So again, thank you for having me back on. And we are looking to fill some executive roles. Okay. So we need an executive director in New Mexico. We're looking for a chief culture and strategy officer for here and one for New Mexico. An executive assistant out here in Arizona. And then a media relations director. So then this is one of the few podcasts I'll actually do, because then our media relations director will do the rest.
Okay, good.
But these are volunteer roles, but it's a great opportunity to get in with the organization at the beginning. You get really good on firsthand experience and opportunity for growth. And as we grow and funding allows and salaries become it's an opportunity, and it's 2 hours a week. So it's not don't quit your day job for it quite yet, but You know, if you just want to have an impact in the community and you want to have a role, and you know, this role gets you access to certain meetings and really having a big say in the impact and the direction that we're in, just let us know, because we're always looking to build to our team, and we're very intentional about the people that we're adding to our team.
I know that. Yep.
And so, you know, we have a really solid executive team and looking to just add more solid people to it.
For sure. Where can they find you, Anthony?
Well, they can find Ripple the Wave Foundation. Not on TikTok yet.
Not on TikTok yet. It's all good.
But, you know, Instagram, Ripple 2 Wave, the number 2 Foundation. The Facebook, LinkedIn, the website is what I meant to say, not the Facebook. The website, Ripple2wavefoundation.org, YouTube, and then you can find me through those pages.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you guys know I always have it in the link. I have it, you know what I'm saying? It's right above my link tree. So, you know, I'll make sure y'all go hit them up first. You know what I'm saying? Man, appreciate you, brother. You guys make sure that you guys not just follow Ripple the Wave on all them social streets, but make sure you guys, you know, if you can, if you're in the Phoenix, greater Phoenix area, Albuquerque, greater Albuquerque area, if you can get back in any type of way. It is a Ripple 2 Wave. So it doesn't have to be major. It could be one shirt, and that one shirt can change somebody's life, somebody's week, somebody's month, somebody's year. And it, like I said, I've said this numerous times during the show. I've said it during many other shows. All this stuff gets used. It gets given out, and it is definitely necessary. So appreciate you again, Anthony. Yes, sir.
Quick, I do want to say happy birthday to my little sister Kayla.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. Sure.
She picked the fit, so had to rock this new color combo for her. So
the UCLA Bruins right there. Yeah, for sure. Happy birthday. Yeah, man. You guys, I appreciate you guys pulling up on the A Ward show. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment, share. Make sure you guys go hit the link tree. Pull up on me on all my social streets. Make sure you guys go follow my partners, Ripple to Wave Foundation. We've just been talking about them the whole show. Make sure you guys go follow them on all their social streets. I got all the links down below in the description. You hear me? Make sure you guys go follow A-Dot, the man behind the legendary music of the A Ward show, and Lost Perception, who does the music for the What You Heard. Make sure you guys tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their cousins, their mama, their grandmama, and them. Pull up on the A Ward show, and I'll see you jive turkeys next episode.